Hi guys, welcome back to a new video on Angular 16 tutorial series. In this video, I will talk about some advanced level of interfaces. As you know, in the last video, I talked about the interface type for this post. It is a very simple data type for the post, and I showed you how we can use this type as an observable array for the post over here and utilize it as a return type. And I'm using it as at a multiple places. But let's say that we have an advanced data type or the data which is being returned from the API, let's say an array of objects, nested arrays, then how we can create such kind of interfaces over here. So I'll be showing you by creating multiple interfaces. So first of all, I'm going to create a new interface file inside my interfaces. So I'm going to name it data.interface.ts. Okay, so in this file I'm going to create further interfaces, but first of all let me show you that what kind of data I'm expecting to be coming from the API. So I'll be using a JSON server package which is actually used to create the fake API responses. Okay, so first of all I'm gonna come inside this folder and I'm going to actually create a new file and I'm going to name it data.json. Okay, and inside this file I'm going to copy paste some of the data which is being expected from the API. So first one is pretty simple. This is an array of string. I'll be creating a interface of this type. Then I have this object and it has array as well. Okay, I'll be creating interfaces for this. We have this long order book object. It has this array of objects, separate string, and then again array of objects. All right, after this I have this latest prices object and it has this key value pair of the type string. Then we have the prices, and inside the prices I have further nested objects. Okay, so this is the data that I will be using to create the interfaces. But first of all let me show you how we can create the mock APIs based upon this data which is being stored in data.json. First of all, what you need to do is you need to install the JSON server globally in your system. So in order to install that, look at the interface terminal below which I'm writing. So you need to write the npm install -g. -g means that it will be installed globally and available in all the projects, all the terminals of my system. And the package I'm using is the JSON server. Okay, JSON hash server. If you are using Mac or Linux, you can use the sudo keyword before this as well, but on Windows you don't need to add that. Okay, I've already added this JSON server and install it locally in my system. So that's why I'm not hitting enter to install this, but just to see if it is perfectly installed, JSON server actually. So JSON server hyphen version. Okay, now you can see that this is the version being already installed in my system. Now in order to run this file data.json and create a fake APIs, I can use the JSON server hyphen watch. Make sure you are in that particular directory where your data.json file exists. Okay, so watch and watch, then I need to give the name of that file, and then I need to provide the port number. Okay, and let's say that I'm going to add the tetra one. I will hit enter. Now you can see that my APIs are available at this particular route. So if I try to open it up on the browser, you can see that this is actually it's printing. Okay, I have actually triggered these languages, that's why it has actually printed. So if I just remove these languages from this, hit enter, and you will see that all the APIs, the fake APIs which are available over here, and it gives us a lot of other features as well, like the get put post functionality as well. So I am expecting that this will be the API of the backend server that is expected to be available to me while I'm building the Angular application. And I'm going to use the response type for this kind of data by using these APIs in my services. All right, so my JSON server is running. I'll be creating a new terminal to run my actual Angular project. Okay, I'll keep the JSON server running over here. First of all, I have this data which is the languages. So let me open this up, this one. Okay, So for this, what I need to do is this is an array of strings. When there is an array of strings, array is already provided by TypeScript, so I don't need to create an interface for that. I'm showing you because the best practice is that how we can create different stuff over here. So in my services, first of all, I'm going to actually create a new function, get languages. So I'm just going to copy this, paste it below, and let's change it get languages. All right, so it's going to be returning an array of strings, so I can use the TypeScript keyword array and then this string. All right, so I don't need to create a separate interface for this. And in here I actually need to return the array of string as well from here. All right, and in this URL I actually need to provide this languages URL. All right, so let's copy this, and I'm going to paste it within single quotes, paste this one. All right, so my server is already running, so it's going to fetch the data. So now what I need to do is I need to use this function to get the languages in my component. So I'm gonna go in the component, and in this component we have this ng on init. I'm already calling the get post API, which I showed you in the last video. Now let's copy this, and we have the get languages function. It has this next function and then the response. So let's change its type, and this is an array of string. All right, and after this, if you want to store it in a variable just to show in the UI, you can do it, but the purpose of this video is to create multiple interfaces. So I'm going to just log this just to see if the data is being shown or not properly. It is not required, but it's always a good practice to add error handling. You can add yourself when you are building a real project. Okay, so now let me run this project, npm run start, and it's going to compile the Angular project, and this console log values are being printed in the inspect window because I'm using the log function. So let's bring it down, open it up, the console window, and now let's refresh. Actually I need to load this one, the localhost colon 4200. So let's refresh, and now you can see that this has been printed. It means that this data which is coming from the API is actually matching with as an array of strings. That's why it did not show any error. So the benefit of creating these interfaces, the types of the data which is being returned from the API should match with the type we have added over here. It was a simplest example, but we have other data types as well, like this student and the order book. This is where you will start learning something new. So for creating the interface for the student, it has this ID, age. I'm just going to copy this just for reference, and I'm going to paste. So I'm going to write interface and then the student. Okay, and after this we have this ID. ID is of type number, name is of type string, phone number is also of type string, then we have this age is of type string, and languages is of type an array of type string. All right, we actually need to remove these double quotes, which is already removed by prettier, and these semicolon needs to be added. So we have added the interface for the student. Now let's go ahead in our service file, and inside it I'm going to create that function over here, and I'm going to name it get students. Okay, and it's going to be of type student. All right, and it has automatically being imported over here, and we need to add this student here as well. All right, and if we go over here, go back, and this is where the students are being returned slash student. So we only need to update the student over here. This is the API route which we will be using. All right, there has to be a single one. So we have added this. Now let's go over here, and I'm going to actually log this over here. So get student, and we have to have this student, and it is also of type student. All right, now if I print the student, it should actually return me the data which is added in the data.json file. This is the data. All right, because this is how the JSON server is reading this data from this file. All right, so now let's go to our service, and here actually the component, let's save it. Now if I go over here, we will see this student being logged over here. There is no error. It means that the data type for of the student is actually matching with the data which is coming from that API. This is awesome. Now the complex part starts. We actually need to create an interface type for these order books. All right, so here I'm going to show you some tips that how we are going to start off creating different data types. So if I go and see, we can see that we have this object, and this object is being repeated at multiple places. We see that in the book order we have this object, we have this object, we have here and here, and this array can have any number of objects as it wants, the sell orders and the buy orders. So it's always a good practice that we create a separate interface for each of these objects, since it is repeated at multiple places. So what I'm going to do is I'm going to use the interface and then the order. I can name anything to it. Okay, and after this I can actually copy this type. The first one is a string, and the second, third one are the numbers. Okay, I'm just going to paste it over here. So it is of type string, this one is of type number, and this one is of type number as well. I actually need to remove these curly braces. Now we have created the data type for the order for a single object in this array. All right, now what I'm going to do is I'm going to create an interface for the order book, and in this order book I can use the data type of order which I've already created. Okay, so now I'm going to use the interface order book, and inside it I'm going to use this property by orders. All right, so by orders, and by orders is actually an array of this object. It is actually an array of this order interface which we have already created. So array of that order which I've created above. All right, just like the array of string, I'm creating the array of order which I've created above. Now by orders can have any number of objects in within an array, and this order is referring to this type. All right, now the next value we have is this created timestamp. It is directly of type string, so I can add it over here. So it is of type string, simple is that. Now we have this sell orders. So sell orders is again is of type array of order, because the order is already created, and this one also contains the order type, price, and the volume. All right, so now we have created this order book which we can export it from this file, because this needs to be used from outside of this file. I don't need to export this order interface because this is not being used outside this file. If it is using, you can actually export this as well. So let's save it. Now I'm going to create a function for this in my service, and in the service I'm going to actually copy this. Let me quickly add it over here. I hope that you have got an idea how I am entering these functions. So we have this order book. Let's try to bring it on. So order book from the data interface, and it is slash order book. Let me verify. So it is an order book, so it should return the data. All right, so now in the component I'm just going to copy this one, paste it, and get book orders. So book orders, and it is of type order book. Okay, it will be imported at the top. Yes, it has been imported. Let's try to print this out if it prints the data perfectly. So now let's go over here, and it is actually showing an error. Oh, I actually need to change this this one, the port actually. All right, so let's save it now, and now you can see that it is actually returning this one. Let's refresh. and this is the order book actually. Okay, we have the by orders and each array contains the further objects, and we have this cell order is containing the objects. All right, so there is no mismatching of the data being returned from the API against this interface which we have created. It's so simple. All right, now let's go ahead and see what we have next. As a return type of the API, we have this latest prices. We need to create interface for that. So we have this status and then the prices. Again, we can see that we have these objects being repeated again and again. So we can create a separate interface with these three properties. So I'm just going to copy it, and I'm going to actually create an interface. I don't need to export it because it will be used directly inside this file. Okay, so I'm just going to name it price. Let's give it name, so it is of type string. All right, so let's copy this one quickly. This one is of type string and this one is of type string as well. All right, so we have created this price. What we have this status, prices, and then this one BTC, LTC, and Dodge. Okay, status prices. So I'm going to come here, I'm going to export it from here, export interface, and I'm going to name it latest prices. All right, so first of all we have the status of type string, direct, straightforward. Then we have the prices. Okay, and the prices is an object, so I'm going to use these curly braces. All right, and then I had this BTC of type this price. Okay, so I can write the price over here. Right, then I had the LTC of type price, then I have the Dodge of type price. All right, so we have created its interface. Now let's try to see and fetch the data using this data type. Okay, so I'm going to just copy this, paste below. So get latest prices, and it is of type the latest prices. If we save the other file, it will be available over here. Let's copy this one, copy over here, and we have this latest prices over here. So latest prices. All right, and it should return us the data which is being shown in the data.json. I'm going to go in the app.component.ts. I'm just going to copy this one. Just to let you know guys, the extension of VS Code that I'm using, that it automatically prints this data directly in VS Code, is the Console Ninja. Check out my video on top 4 VS Code extensions in my playlist in my channel. You can see more awesome extensions of VS Code from that video. All right, so now what I'm gonna do is we have this get latest prices. We have the latest prices over here, and we need to get the latest prices interface. Let's print the latest prices over here. All right, if I save it, it will be automatically compiled and its data should be shown over here. All right, so it's running now. We can see that we have to have, yeah, this one, the status is okay. And then we have these prices, and each price contains this BTC, and each BTC, Dodge, and LTC objects contains further data types, ask, bid, and the last. So there is no error, means that we have successfully constructed our interface types. All right, so guys, we have actually successfully created our interfaces for all kinds of data which I showed you in the data.json file. So that's pretty much it for this video. I hope that you have liked this video and learned something from it. If you have liked it, don't forget to subscribe my channel, hit the like button, comment below if you have any question. In the next video, I will start talking about forms. We have template driven forms, we have reactive forms. So stay tuned, don't forget to subscribe my channel. See you in the next video.